Okay, so this is the icing on the cake. Like I said, this is how to. This is all about article directory domination. So let's go back here at easing articles. Easing articles, like we already mentioned, the reason we're focusing so much on them is because this is the directory that gets the most attention from Google. This is why you see so many courses and Warrior Forum offers and things like that for easing article type of products because they get all the attention that sites can pretty much dominate established websites just by building backlinks to an easing article site. But the problem is too many marketers, they spend all their time writing and submitting articles without promoting them via backlinks or whatever whatever you decide to do. And this can be extremely frustrating for several reasons, but mainly because you'll see great traffic for 2 to 3 days, and then that's it. It'll fall off. The article will be pushed away by newer articles. The only way to get a consistent stream of traffic to your articles is to either have them within the most published section, which is, let me show you that section here. Most published, right here. Or the most viewed section, which is here. I'm going to show you right now how to achieve both at the same time. When I learned this myself, I was blown away. And like I said, it's a little gray hat, but it's your choice whether you want to use it. But your competitors are using it, and it is getting them a boatload of traffic. Let's just say that. So if you look down here, we're in the golf section. Most viewed easing articles. We have the top 8 drivers for 2010. Very good title. I would read that as a golfer. And then it just goes down with 60 days back. And let's see what they have for the most published. The best golf GPS device. Could it be the Golf Guru? So these are the ones that have been published the most by third parties. You know, they've published them on different sites and things like that. So here's how it works. Having your articles in the most viewed or the most published section will pretty much give you a massive amount of backlinks. So let's just say you've submitted your article to the food and drink category or the golf category, and you've managed to get it, into the most published section. Each and every article is now going to link back to your article. Do you understand that? Because every page, let's break this down. Say this is your article here. Top 8 golf drivers for 2010. Every page in this golf category has this link on it. This link on it points back to your article. Now, is it clicking? So those count as links back to your article. Even though internal, they keep your article up in the search engines because that article has now been powered by the links from the articles within the easing articles. It's like you're compounding your power here. This is hundreds and hundreds of links, and these are do follow links, all pointing to your article. This is where your whole process begins. Google is going to notice all those new high quality do follow links, and your article is going to rank higher and higher and higher and keep ranking higher. The higher your article ranks in Google, the more traffic and views it gets. And obviously, the more traffic and views it gets, the higher the article is going to rank within easing articles. It just keeps, like I said, it's the gift that keeps giving. It's when one effect happens, another positive effect happens. When that positive effect happens, it has an even more positive effect on the previous effect. And it's just a cycle of positive things that happen out of this process. So I really need for you to understand how powerful this is, because this is where some people, they didn't get it at first until they started doing it. They just went through the motions, not understanding it, and then all of a sudden they look at their article page here, and then they see their own link here. They're like, this is them. They go, oh, I get it. Okay, so, but just in case you missed it, this entire page is, say this is someone else's article right here. Prologue to golfing and golf clubs. This is someone else's page. I'm going to show you how to put your site here. Most viewed and most published and number 1. By doing so, every one of these pages inside of this category, golf, will have these 2 links there, which is going to your site. Google counts the links. So obviously, if there's 1,000 articles in this golfing category, which there's probably more, they all have this same link because your article is most viewed or most published, pointing back to that article. And what does that do? That puts your article on the top of the rankings on Google, and it cements it there, and it keeps it there, and it keeps growing. Why? Well, because the more people who publish articles, let's say I just come in and I publish an article, I don't even know who you are, just called Choosing the Right Golf Ball. Well, at the bottom of my article, I don't have a choice. I'm going to have this same two little boxes here, these two little sections, and what do you know? There's a link to your article. I've just built, by publishing a article in the golf category, I've just built you a link, and you don't even know me. It's a perpetual effect. That is the power of this. So with proper keyword research, you're going to be able to rank very, very high and very, very quickly for keywords that you've just picked. And not only that, I'm using a method. I'm using a method now to actually kick out other ezine articles from the top 10 position on Google's first page. So if you see, now you've gone from knowing how to locate the target to how to snipe the target off. Use the syntax to find your target, and now I'm going to show you how to pick it off, and you already know in between how to fill in with 90 fresh articles. I mean, you're going to crush it. There's no other way to say it. You're going to absolutely crush any niche. And as long as we don't bump heads, it's fine. Just don't come into my niches. But okay, so let's take a look at how to make this work. This tactic is what the underground marketers are using to get their articles into the most published section within the first 24 to 48 hours. Yes, I said that. Within the first 2 days, you will be here. And now that I've stressed, probably beat this thing until you get the point. Getting it right here in 24 to 48 hours. So let me first tell you that you're going to learn a completely unique technique. I've actually never seen anyone do this to get into the most published section. I've seen little tricks to get into the most viewed section, but this technique is going to really set you apart as an underground marketer. Now, before we go on, I'm just going to keep it simple. You've probably already figured out the way that you can get into the most viewed section here is to simply buy views, to pay for people to click your site. That's simple. Everybody knows that you can buy. I mean, you not pay for people to click your site. You pay for views to your site. So the problem with that method is if ezine articles all of a sudden sees that you have, I don't know, 1,000 views, page views coming out of Romania, in the same little city in Romania, then that's the end of that. So you would have to use something called a double meta refresh, and you can Google that because I'm not going to go through that here. But by Googling it, you'll find the exact 1, 2, 3 instructions on how to set that up. You go to a site, any site where you can buy traffic, those horrible little sites that that offer free. I'm not free, but they offer traffic on a pay-per-view sort of way. One site is donkeymails.com. Actually, I'll show you that because I want you to know exactly what's going on underground. I think it was Donkey Mails the last time I checked it. And yeah, this is it. So you just want to come in and look at their services that they offer and the advertisement section. And you'll even see here, paid to click ads without timer. You can get 1,000 clicks for no timers for $1.50. And they even say the best option to use for ezine article ads. So there you go. I mean, there's something for everything. I always say if you can think of it, somebody's out there marketing it. And a while ago, I wouldn't even thought sites like this exist. It's very gray hat. You're not taking advantage of anybody, as long as, especially if you think your article is very good and is very well written. There's nothing wrong with pushing it ahead on the most viewed column. The gray hat side is that it's viewed, but you're paying people to view it, so it's for your call to make the. But that's how they're doing it. They're simply buying they're buying the eyeballs, and it's going to shoot them to the top of most feed. Now that's easy. People know that. Well, some people know that underground that's considered child's play. The golden goose, and if you didn't know that, you're probably itching at can't wait to do that, because I mean that puts you here, and I already explained the importance of being right here, so I'm not going to hammer it again, even though it's very important. But what we're trying to do is get here to the most published section. Now this is where there'll be less underground guys doing this, except for the few that are watching these videos, because it's not as widely known as how to do this. What you're going to do, the problem with this section is that you can't buy views to get here, because this is the most published. You can't just buy views. People must actually click on what Ezine will give you a Ezine publisher link. So when people click that link, Ezine counts it as a published article, like how your article was published, and it counts as a vote for your article, so to speak. So yes, you can click the link yourself, but you can only do it once every 24 hours. Ezine checks your IP address, so that wouldn't work. Then marketers try to get slick, and they started asking friends and family members to click the link. But that became tedious, and you only have so many friends, and it just didn't work out to the. We're talking about massive scaling here. We're talking about people who do article marketing for a living, for a very good living, for a multiple six-figure living. So, asking friends and family, it's not scalable, it's not measurable, it's just not their style. What they found is that it also didn't even help to outsource the process. Paying someone to go through and say you pay somebody in the Philippines to go and click the Ezine publisher link 100 times. That doesn't work either, because Ezine article they check the IP address. So you're kind of stuck. This is like the underground proof section. At least it was, until I met a guy, the same guy who taught us these techniques. And says, well, it's no problems. It's simple. Basically, the only way to get into this list is to have a massive amount of different people at your hand to click on your Ezine publisher link. That's it. They all need to have different IP addresses. They all need to be all around the world, and they should all work for fast and cheap. Good luck, you say, right? How do you achieve that? Let's take a look. Your answer is called Amazon, a Mechanical Turk. Maybe you're familiar with it and you just had a light bulb go off in your head, or maybe you're not and you're about to hit the floor. Either way, this is a technique that you can use not only for this Ezine articles technique, but you can use it in many spots in your internet marketing blueprint, in your plans that you're doing. And I'm going to leave you, after you see this, I'm going to let you be creative with it. I'm sure you'll get dozens and dozens of ideas of how to apply this. But the simple answer is they call it the short MTurk. Now, using Amazon's Mechanical Turk is pretty much like having your own army of cheap workers. This is like Elance stripped down. I mean, bare minimum. If you're thinking paying people $10 and things like that, forget it. I mean, you throw that mentality out. You can get hundreds of tasks done for pennies, and you don't pay until they do it, which is even better. You have all your articles or sentences rewritten. You can have them write blog posts or reviews for you whenever you need them. I mean, the possibilities are literally endless. Amazon's Mechanical Turk isn't new. I mean, this has been around for some time. It's just that it's not widely advertised. It took me the longest damn time to find the site because I didn't know the direct domain name after Googling it. Now I see that it's all in the index, but not too many people know about it. It's slowly gaining a little bit more attention amongst internet marketers. And I've learned about this service months ago, like I said, by accident after talking to a few guys. But it takes a while for you to realize how powerful this is, because it's not. I'll be honest, it's not the most easy site to navigate, and it can be pretty confusing. So I would strongly suggest coming here and then signing up for the Get Results section. And you got to go through the registration process. But this will be one of your best secret weapons when it comes to scaling. And it's pretty much as simple as they put here on the screen. Fund your account, set your task, get results, and that's it. 24/7 workforce at your fingertips. You only pay when the job is done. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. So, having Mechanical Turk workers click on your link will cost you a dramatic. I wish I had the drum roll here. 1 to 2 cents. 1 to 2 cents. That's it. So, paying 100 people to click on your link and paying them 2 cents a piece will cost you how much? $2. $2 to get 100 clicks. Not bad, right? What if you spent 20? You know, how much is it worth for you to jump to right here? Don't make me stress the importance of being right here again and how many articles will be pointing back to you. But I'm sure you got it now. 100, so $2 will get you 100 clicks. That's exactly how it's being done right now on the underground. And this blueprint, with this blueprint, you now know how to dominate this space. You buy the clicks. You buy the clicks to get into the most viewed. You buy the people to get into the most published. Now, I get the feeling that there's going to be an all-out war on ezine from people watching this video. You know, no space will be safe in the section, so choose your niches wisely, because there'll be other marketers looking to take you out. You know, you spend $2 on your click, somebody's going to come in and spend $4 and jump right over top. The problem is not everybody is going to take the time to do anything. You know, a lot of people learn techniques and things like that, but you by taking action, you separate yourself and you become a 2%er, a person who's actually taking action. And then maybe somebody did actually watch the course, but they're not going to take the time to set up the Mechanical Turk account, and it just goes on. So you have free reign to dominate these two sections for some time and benefit dramatically from. I mean, I get excited every time I explain this to somebody, because quite honestly, the price you pay for this course, you know, even if this course is priced at $1,000, okay, and it would be worth it already by now. But if it was priced at $1,000 and you got these articles in here and you got your articles to the top of the most published here, the sheer amount of traffic and just the traffic alone that you get from having all your sites indexed in Google and dominating this entire section here just by knowing this and being able to use that for the rest of your life, or as long as that there's an ezine articles in existence. I mean, come on, it doesn't even stack up, you know. So, like I said, I explained this the other day to an associate, and they just their mouth just hit the. I mean, because if you've been an ezine article marketer for some time, and you've been trying to get here the hard way, and now that I just showed you this, I mean, your life just lit up. So it doesn't take, if you're going for a very popular niche, you might need more workers to click on your link, but it still shouldn't cost you more than $5. $5. I mean, look, I know some of you are watching this video and you're a little more advanced than others, and you say, well, crap, I'm going to put $100 into this thing. You don't have to go overboard. You can, if you want to go for complete, utter domination and just wipe out a whole niche. You're free to do so. Just make sure when you scale everything. It's no point in scaling one thing and not the other. For example, if you scale and you have 90 articles written and you got $100 in Turks going out there pushing all your articles to the top of all the niches, and you have all the same pin names because you didn't take the time to create. You didn't scale your accounts. So when you scale your efforts, make sure you scale the vessels. Make sure you scale everything so that it all flows seamlessly. So you have 10 accounts now, 10 pin names. You have 100 Turks out there creating, clicking your links, and so on. That way you have a well-oiled machine that can handle the volume that's going through. Otherwise, some other marketer is going to come in, see all your niches, and just clean you out. So make sure you scale universally across the board. When you look at the time investment, it doesn't take longer than 5 minutes to set up a campaign, and this by far is the absolute easiest way to get your article in the most published section without any hassle. You know, there's no need to ask friends or family members, no need to set up a Twitter account or any crap like that I see on the internet. The real guys, the real players, the underground marketers, this is how they're doing it. And you can do, I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, you really got to get creative here. You can do some pretty amazing stuff using Mechanical Turk. You just have to be creative. For example, how cool would it be if you have 500 different people stumble your article or your squeeze page or even a blog? Wouldn't that be, I'd say that'd be pretty powerful regarding traffic, backlinks, and Google's attention. So I'll leave you with that thought, and that, in a nutshell, is how you go from being your average Joe Schmo submitting one article a day or one article an hour or whatever to actually being a underground traffic kingpin. And you can you go from being a publisher to in this network to owning the niche in the network, and then that's the difference, and the traffic speaks for itself.